The person who hit snooze this morning wasn't really you. That was your shadow, the weaker, lazier version of you, the one that's used to losing. The one that whispers, 5 more minutes won't change anything, that always negotiates, always finds excuses, and comforts itself with the lie, I'll start fresh tomorrow. But tomorrow never comes. If you keep surrendering to that shadow every single day, the samurai understood this long before us. They believed, if you don't defeat your inner enemy before sunrise, by evening it will destroy you. That's why they got up before the sun and began the day with a battle, not against an outer enemy, but against themselves. They had 4 rules, 4 swords they used to cut through weakness, before it had a chance to speak. Rule 1, the 5 seconds of Shuyo. Real laziness isn't about it's hard to get up. Real laziness lives in that tiny pause, between your alarm ringing and your body moving. Those 5 seconds are the battlefield. Everything is decided there. Every time you stay in bed, you're not resting. You're training yourself to surrender. You're teaching your brain that it's okay to promise and not follow through. You're practicing self-betrayal. The samurai called overcoming this Shuyo, the forging of the spirit, the moment when a person turns into a blade. Monks stepped under icy waterfalls, not because they loved suffering, but because they knew, once you start bargaining with yourself, you've already lost. They didn't count to 3. They didn't wait to feel ready. They simply took a step forward. You must do the same. The alarm goes off. 5 seconds, and your feet touch the floor. No analysis. No thinking it through. No negotiations. This moment isn't about comfort. It's about killing the traitor inside you. Rule 2, the ritual of discipline. Most people think morning is just preparation for the day. That's a mistake. Morning is your life. The way you brush your teeth, make your bed, pour your water, that is your training. The samurai called this Buddha, turning every action into spiritual practice. They knew, the way you do small things is the way you do everything. If you can't fold a blanket neatly, how will you hold yourself together? Through crisis, betrayal, and pain? Choose 3 simple, precise actions and do them every morning in the same order without exceptions. Don't allow yourself a single skip. Every missed action is a tiny crack in your armor. And later you're surprised that your day falls apart, that you're always late, that you lose your focus. It's not bad luck. It's the price you pay for morning chaos. The samurai said, treat small things seriously and great things calmly, because when you control the details, the big battles become nothing more than a continuation of your order. When you drink your coffee like a warrior, life stops feeling like chaos. Rule 3, do the thing you've been avoiding. Warriors did not seek comfort. They sought out fear. They walked into cold, into rain, into loneliness, to test themselves. They called it Musha Shuyo, the warrior's pilgrimage. Your pilgrimage begins every morning. When you choose the thing you don't want to do, a cold shower is not about temperature. A run is not about the body. It's a test. Are you your own master, or are you a slave to your weakness? The early phone call, the hard conversation, 50 push-ups, 20 minutes of silence. It doesn't matter what it is. What matters is that you do it first, while your weaker self is still asleep. You tell yourself, I'll start when it's a better time. That's a lie. It will never be more convenient. There is only 6 a.m., while your brain hasn't fully woken up, to invent excuses. A true pilgrimage doesn't begin when you feel ready. It begins when you start walking. You don't wait for confidence. You create it through action. Every day you choose difficulty, you forge armor. Every day you choose comfort, you forge chains. Rule 4, become the rule itself. The first 3 rules are imitation. You follow instructions. You repeat. You obey the structure. That's good. The mechanics are necessary. But one day, and on day 30, or 40, or 100, and something clicks. You stop doing a morning routine. You become the morning. The alarm rings, and your body rises on its own. No fight. No inner debate. This is more than habit. It's fusion. The Japanese called it ri, when the person and the action become one. You no longer choose discipline. You are discipline. But you can only reach this point through 100 days of loyalty to yourself. Not for an aesthetic routine, but for transformation. You're not building a schedule. You're building a new self. Miyamoto Musashi won over 60 duels in a row, not because he knew every technique, but because he stopped being a man with a sword. He became the sword. His mind and the steel moved as one. That's your path too. Don't train discipline. Become the kind of person for whom discipline is as natural as breathing. Then you won't have to look for motivation. You'll simply live. Now comes the moment of truth. Tomorrow your alarm will ring, and you'll stand at a crossroads. Path 1, the familiar one. Hit snooze. Lie to yourself. Say next time. Millions choose this path, and millions never truly wake up. Path 2, remember this moment. 5 seconds. Inhale, move. Ritual, then step into the cold. 100 days without compromise, and you won't recognize yourself. The samurai said, tomorrow's battle is won by today's training. Your training doesn't start at the gym or on the tatami. It starts when the alarm rings. In that second, it is decided who will win, you or your shadow. Don't wait for inspiration. Inspiration comes to those who are already in motion. Don't overthink. Don't postpone. Don't negotiate. Stand up and begin. Morning is the battlefield for your entire life. Win there, and the day becomes your ally. Lose, and the day becomes your enemy. Tomorrow begins with a single second of courage. Make that second yours.